Quick shout out to my patrons. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey y'all, it's Kate from Literary Apothecary, and today I'm going to do something that I started doing months ago when I first created my Patreon account, and I have kind of fallen off on that, but I want to bring it back because I really, really love doing this, and it's so much fun. So today we're doing my patron highlight. So in the month of May, my patron of the month was Lezlie at the Nerdy Narrative. Each month I have one patron that I they get to pick a book that I read during that month, and I send them a little fun surprise book mail if I get hold of their wish lists. And going forward, bringing it back, I highlight them on my channel. If they have a channel themselves, I then also put out a challenge for all of you watching, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But first, let's talk about our patron. So this month, like I said, Lezlie at the Nerdy Narrative was my patron of the month. Her pick for me to read was The Heart is a Lonely Hunter by Carson McCullers, which at one point was supposed to be a buddy read, but that kind of fell off. But I read it this month and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And my review for that is going to be coming up. Oh, it's already up, so I'll link that down below. Lezlie reads, just like me, a little bit of everything, except poetry. She says she hasn't quite found the right poetry for her yet. But she reads fantasy, sci-fi, horror, thriller, classics, manga, and true crime, which she now has a book club for, the Wine and Crime Book Club, where we read a true crime book every month, and then we talk about it over a glass of wine. A little bit about Lezlie. First of all, she is my very bestest friend ever. I love her to pieces. I talk to her every day. She's one of few people where if I don't talk to her during the day, it feels weird, and I'll just send her a random message just so that way I can say, like, I've talked to Lezlie, everything's fine now. She has 2 pups, Milo and Bandit, and they are the cutest. She calls them her little Russell terrorists because but I, who don't have to live with them and deal with them, think they are freaking adorable. I love them to pieces. Another thing about Lezlie is that, so Lezlie lives in Florida near Disney, and she absolutely loves Stitch, from Lilo and Stitch and really everything around Disney, but especially Stitch. She has all sorts of Stitch merchandise, and I love listening to her Disney stories. At one point, she had this series where she would go to different Disney parks and read a book in the parks, and it was like a reading vlog, and you got to see these different parks, and she told you about different rides that she's by, and it was so much fun. Now, I mentioned a challenge for you all. So my challenge is to go, if you haven't yet, go subscribe to Lezlie because her channel is absolutely incredible. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I watch it all the time. But also watch some of her videos and come back here and let me know in the comments below what you learned about Lezlie. And then in June, I will take all of your comments and things that you've learned about Lezlie, put you all on the prize wheel, and one of you will get to win a book from your wish list. So that is my patron highlight of the month, Lezlie at the Nerdy Narrative. Y'all go out and watch her videos. Go subscribe if you haven't already. And show Lezlie some love because she's my bestest friend ever, and I love her to pieces. Next month in June, my patron of the month will be Stacy. Stacy is amazing, and I can't wait to tell you all about her. But for now, we're celebrating Lezlie at the Nerdy Narrative. Go out and learn about Lezlie. Come back, tell me what you learned. And if you want to be part of my patron highlights, come join the Patreon. It's only $1 a month. We've got 3 different levels. We've got the $1 level, $3 level, and $5 level. We have so much fun, and I'm starting to get more and more ideas for my patrons and incorporate them more in my videos and what I do. So come come join if you want to be part of the fun. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.